Kanu because he was my friend. At the time Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, he was my enemy. I was looking for him to kill him. He was also looking for me to kill him. So I promised him that I would smoke him out. So how did I betray him? He don't even know the meaning of betrayal. Sir. Months before he was caught, I told him I would smoke him out anywhere he is. Go and check my previous videos. So it's not a new thing. How will I betray my enemy? So some people have calculated. Nigeria should divide. Biafra will come. So those people that are doing Biafra, they are talking. Nigeria should divide. Nigeria divide. Where you go there? I know they make anti-trials of Dogra and Dema. Their grave will be here. The same way their grave was in Vietnam. That's how their grave will be. So Nigeria will divide. Igbo people will take South and make Biafra so that you'll be colonized by Igbo people. Then the other one, the other people, are the people who know that if election is held today, they might not win because there is no opposition party. So what do? Escalate the situation. So when they escalate, they are going behind the back door through informal diplomatic back doors. They're negotiating with the Americans. We are going to give you a better deal. See, let me tell you. There are forces in Nigeria today that wants Tinubu out of power. So America has spoken. So they want Tinubu out of power. So it's regime change. America has other motives. As Nigeria, divide Nigeria. So there are many currents that are flowing now. Let me tell you. If you don't understand what is happening, many underground currents. America should support them to remove Tinubu from power. So immediately, Mad Trump spoke. The number of killing increased. The number of kidnapping increased. Immediately, Mad Trump spoke. The number of killing increased. If you have seen it. To justify if Trump is so insane to invade Nigeria. Because this place, for every American that comes here, there's a grave for him. They're saying the Chibok was designed to remove good luck from government. No, not remove good luck. No. The Reverend Father they caught selling gun to bandits. Is he a Muslim? At least, police show one Reverend Father. If you want to see him, I'll send you the video. The whole thing is, when a country when the security men allow people like Pastor Reverend or Evangelist Ezekiel to run amok, lie, spread lies, and whip up hatred and bitterness among people. And people are applauding him. People are applauding him. He continued to, that 500 people were killed in one day. Where? How is that possible? Count 500 people. Line up people and count 500 people. That 500 people were killed one day and they were buried in one mass grave. Why can't you go and visit? Why? What is it? Let us go and excavate the graves and find out where 500 people were killed. 500 people in a day. Well, it is very easy. 500 people were killed. They were buried in a mass grave. Where Reverend Ezekiel Dashamo, you know the place because you are there. Let us go and excavate the place, exhume the bodies, and do a body count. It's difficult in it. You come to television to lie, to shout, social media to lie, to shout. You are a Muslim, you are a Christian. I'm a Muslim, you are a Christian. You have every right to defend your religion, but do it with truth. Nobody is saying that people are not being killed in the north. They have been killed. We'll continue to say it. But don't, and those Ijaw people, Yoruba people, don't import this thing home. Don't import it into your house. Who am I going to kill now? In my own house. In my own house, who am I going to kill? I will look at her, she's my wife. I will kill Boma now, she's my younger sister. I will kill Biggies, I will kill Ibi. In my own house. Or who am I going to kill now? As I'm an about Tosramapri. I'm the only Muslim in the council of chiefs, so I'm going to kill all of my council. How? So you're a Yoruba man. In your house, there are Christians, there are Muslims. You are an Edo man. You are supporting these lies. You are supporting these false narratives. You don't look back at your house and you think that your nephews, your cousins, your brothers, your uncles, they'll be happy with you. My wife is a Muslim. Her mother is a Christian. All her siblings are Christians. She's Yoruba. Her father is a Muslim. His wife was a Christian. And all the other siblings are Christian. She's only Muslim. They come to here, to our house, to come and stay. Come on holiday. And nothing happens. If there are 100 people praying for me, 95 of them are Christians. If there are 100 people praying for me in this world, 95 of them are Christians, pastors, bishops, archbishops. My younger cousin is an archbishop. There is no day he does not send me prayer. If you don't come from this sort of unique background, you will be going about spreading lies and hate. I cannot afford to hate. I cannot afford to hate anybody based on religion. See, my uncle died. I was in Saudi Arabia. My uncle died. I was in Saudi Arabia. He's a Muslim. All his children are Christians. He died in my house in Abuja. Bishop Emmanuel, Womet, that be careful, Womet. They are all Christians. They are the people who took our uncle's body, put it in the plane, brought it to Port Harcourt. All the people, all the chiefs from Obama and Buguma who were at the airport to receive the body were Christians. Because he was a prominent member of the Humble group of houses, Alhaji Haruna Yongar. They took his body and they went and buried him. They handed over his body to Muslims and they buried him as a Muslim. They stood there, they saw Muslims pray. The people who facilitated the carrying of the corpse in Abuja to Port Harcourt Airport, paid everything, were all Christians. Every one of them was a Christian. No single Muslim was among them. So we should be able to hold this Reverend Dashama accountable. He says, I have listened to him. A day 500 people were killed. They were buried in mass grave. How many mass graves we don't know. Let us go to the place. Let us excavate, exhume the body, and do a body count. Perform DNA. Than coming to lie and yell. Don't be cursing people. Oh. If you curse people near me, I curse you, you will die. You will not last 48 hours. That I assure you. Oh. So these things, the government should try as much as possible to hold media houses to account. Because people are coming to preach it, to spread light, to do this. And it is not going to help us. If you are saying there is Christian genocide, so there is actually a Muslim genocide in Igbo land. Because Muslims are targeted and killed for just being Muslim. Igbo Muslim. Igbo people killing Igbo Muslims. See, in Kanu, there are Bagzawas. In Kanu, in Tuduwada local government and so on. I've been there. They are either pagans or Muslim. The Hausa people, they call them Bagzawa. Have you ever heard that they have been attacked before? Have you ever heard anywhere that a Bagzawa settlement or village was being attacked? I went there in 1989. 1990, I was there. 1990, I went there with Bashir Tofa. In the entourage of Bashir Tofa. 1990, I went to Tuduwada local government on Dawa. Bagzawas, they are Christians and Muslims. You see a lot of something church there in most of those small villages. I went with Bashir Tofa. One man just stand up, spread Islamophobia. Even in the United States, they are rejecting him. Muslims are winning elections in most of the big cities. In Dearborn, Michigan, the whole council is made up of Muslims. Dearborn, Michigan. People are seeing Muslims, even with Islamophobia. New York, the biggest city in the world, the richest city in the world, A liberal Muslim won election. He stood in the Oval Office and spoke truth to madness, to tyranny, to dictatorship, to lunacy. It's not all of us that will accept this you people are talking of. Muslims and Christians are living in harmony in Yoruba land, in Edo land. They're living in harmony in Ijo land, in everywhere. There's hardly conflict between Muslims and Christians. If Muslims and Christians have conflict in the north, then it's of peculiar interest. We have to investigate and to find out and to carry out interfaith activities that will ameliorate, will bring down this crisis instead of pouring fuel on it. Why are Muslims in Yoruba land at peace, living in harmony? Muslims and Christians. Why are they living in peace in Edo State? Why are they living in peace in Benin Republic? Why are they doing the same in Ghana? What is the difference? Have you ever had Muslims and Christians fighting themselves, even in Niger or in Mali? Not much about Muslim and Christian matter, but why are they not fighting themselves in Niger and in Mali? In Sierra Leone, you go to Sierra Leone, both Christians and Muslims do 7 day, 80 day, 40 day when somebody dies for prayers. In Sierra Leone. Both Muslims and Christians. You know who is a Muslim, who is a Christian in Sierra Leone. Why is our own story different? Why is our story about Muslim different? Why is it that in Cameroon today, that a Christian majority country is a Muslim trauma that people are supporting against a Christian? In a Christian majority country. Have we asked ourselves this question? Why is it that it is a Muslim that they are supporting against a Christian? Why? Our own story is different. Our own lives must continue. Why? The earlier they rail in this lunatic Ezekiel the shaman, let him come. He's not to make claims. 500 people were killed in one day. 500 people were killed in one day. Simple. He was there. He conducted the funeral service. He said it. I listened to him. Oh, yeah, let us go to the site. We exhume the body and do a body count and perform a DNA. Simple. So that we know, at least we know that so 500 people were killed. When we have established that, we now say what led to the killing of the 500 people. Was it Islam, or is it ethnic, or is it religious crisis? That's the first step. He's a man of God. He said he's a man of God. Man of God. So we want to see the 500 bodies that he conducted funeral service on. Simple. And if the government failed to do so, then the government will bear the consequences of allowing this lie to fester and to continue. Kill 500 people in one day. Not small thing. Not chicken them be. What think they can kill them? Like they tell us that they kidnap how many hundred Chibok girls. Which motor then carry them? Which motor then carry the Chibok girls? Nobody see them. How long they travel? No roadblock, no nothing. Nobody see them. They just vanish into the empty air. Chibok girls. When I say no girls are missing, people were saying blah blah blah. Go and check my video. At that time, I was in the forefront. No girls are missing. They are playing politics with it. Now, people are now coming up. They are saying the Chibok was designed to remove good luck from government. No, don't remove good luck. No. Why don't they remember good luck now? The Reverend Father they caught selling gun to bandits. Is he a Muslim? At least, police show one Reverend Father. If you want to see him, I'll send you the video. Reverend Father was selling guns to bandits. They arrest him. The people where former governor Darius' uncle, where they go kill, all of them, where they kidnap, go kill, all of them, any one of them be Muslim. And I know they read now. Now waiting on 1 year, now not the year, now I go talk. Cabin school girls, how many of them are even Christian? These are the things we are talking about. Somebody will just say that Tinubu, how can Tinubu do religious this thing? Let's forget about Tinubu. Is my friend. He was my friend. But let us ask ourselves. So Tinubu planned to be killing people, to be killing with Christian. His wife is a Christian. His son, Shayi, I don't know the religion he belongs to, but sadly he's not a Muslim. So how many people will he kill? He will kill Shayi? He will kill Oluremi, his wife, first lady. Eh? Somebody will come on television because talk is free, talk is cheap. Hey, Tinubu has a agreement with bandits. He has agreement with terrorists to kill who? To kill Oluremi and Shayi, or to kill the husband of his daughter, who is a Christian, Ojo. Eh? He will kill the other, his son-in-law, Ojo. Yes, the Kebbi school girls too can be false. It's possible. The Kebbi school girls too can be false. It's possible. It can be politics. See, let me tell you. There are forces in Nigeria today that want Tinubu out of power. So America has spoken. So they want Tinubu out of power. So it's regime change. America has other motives. Nigeria, divide Nigeria. So there are many currents that are flowing now. Let me tell you. If you don't understand what is happening, many underground currents. America should support them to remove Tinubu from power. So immediately, Mad Trump spoke. The number of killing increased. The number of kidnapping increased. Immediately, Mad Trump spoke. The number of killing increased. If you have seen it. To justify if Trump is so insane to invade Nigeria. Because this place, for every American that comes here, there's a grave for him. This place, they call it the wise man graveyard. This place where I come from, they call it the white man graveyard. Because of malaria, mosquito, this one is not mosquito. If it's insane enough, in madness, tough, make it come. So some people have calculated, Nigeria should divide. Biafra will come. So those people, they are doing Biafra, they are talking, Nigeria should divide. Nigeria divide, where you go there. I know they make anti-trials of Dogra and Dema. Their grave will be here. The same way their grave was in Vietnam. That's how their grave will be. So Nigeria will divide. Igbo people will take South and make Biafra so that you'll be colonized by Igbo people. Then the other one, the other people, are the people who know that if election is held today, they might not win because there is no opposition party. So what do? Escalate the situation. So when they escalate, they are going behind the back door through informal diplomatic back doors. They're negotiating with the Americans. We are going to give you a better deal. We are going to stop this banditry and everything. That's not the interest of this madman. They're not reading him. So what do? Escalate. Why the government say we are trying? They say no. Kebbi, they kidnapped schoolgirls in Kebbi. Oh, they killed the archdeacon. They killed somebody. Oh, they pay ransom, they kill people, they do this thing. So all those things, they're saying the genocide is still continuing. They're not interested. The people who are doing this thing might be Muslims. Their interest is power and the money they are going to steal in government. So when they displace Tinubu. So those who are in Tinubu's government that do not understand the undercurrent of what is happening, I pity them. I really, really pity them. I really, really pity them. With concession. That even Burkina Faso cannot do. South Africa cannot do. They say, oh, let us make concession. Let us make concession. Look, mad Trump, he will not be satisfied with, even if you give him everything in Nigeria, he will not be satisfied. To head or tail, you failed. Let Nigeria stand. Let us be patriotic. Stand by our government. Betrayed Nnamdi Kanu because he was my friend. At the time Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, he was my enemy. I was looking for him to kill him. He was also looking for me to kill him. So I promised him that I would smoke him out. So how did I betray him? He don't even know the meaning of betrayal. Months before he was caught, I told him I would smoke him out anywhere he is. Go and check my previous videos. So it's not a new thing. How will I betray my enemy? I've even held myself back for not talking about him any longer. So don't allow me to go back and start talking about him and spoil matter for him. Eh? Keep your lane. Day your day, make a day my day. I beg you. So these are the currents that are available now. Those who want to use this opportunity, America has come, want to use this opportunity. I've never been an IPOB member before. I have never been and I've never been. So those of them who are this thing, want to use it, Biafra, those of them who want to take advantage of it by the opposition so that there will be regime change, Nigeria will be dissolved. Those are the extreme. There are those who are within the government, wanting the government to make concession. If South Africa can stand up against America and say to hell with you people, why can't Nigeria stand? If small Burkina Faso can stand, why can't Nigeria stand? It's shameful. The diary. Yes. A restructured Nigerian security infrastructure will go a long way to improve everything that is happening. Everything that is happening. So please, your take home is this. Let's stop this hate. There is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. People are being killed. Muslims are being killed in the southeast. Muslims are being killed all over the north. Majority of the people killing the Muslims in the north are people who are supposed to be fellow Muslims. Killing the Christians in the north are Muslims. Majority of the people committing the genocide in the southeast are Christians, killing both Muslim, Christians, and non-Muslims and Christians. They are killing them. So it is not religious. And the government should properly investigate the issues raised by the liar, Ezekiel Dashamo, Reverend Ezekiel Dashamo. He said he conducted mass funeral service for about 500 people in a day. They were buried in mass graves. Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's very simple. Let us go and exhume those bodies and carry out a body count. Perform DNA and find out who actually killed him. As for you to say that Tinubu is supporting genocide, is supporting Christian genocide, is what? He is supporting bandits. He had a deal with bandits. He had I listened to that mad woman from the north, that Najatu or what? Liars. People just come to lie anything because they want to make headline. That Tinubu. So Tinubu will kill the first lady Oluremi. He will kill who is a Christian. He will kill Ojo, his son-in-law, and he will kill his son Cheyi, who are not Muslims. Please, this is the dumbest thing anybody can talk about. It's not real.